Matthew chapter 24 is where we'll start for today. There's a lot of things we want to talk about. Matthew chapter 24, starting at the first verse. Jesus departed from the temple area and was going on his way when his disciples came up to him to call his attention to the buildings of the temple and point them out to him. But he answered them, "Do you see all these? Truly I tell you, there will not be left home here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down." While he was seated on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately and said, "Tell us, when will this take place? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end, the completion, the consummation of the age?" Jesus answered to them, "Be careful that no one misleads you, deceiving you and leading you into error. For many will come in the strength of my name, appropriating the name which belongs to me, saying, 'I am the Christ, the Messiah,' and they will lead many astray. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not frightened or troubled, for this must take place, but the end is not yet. For nations will rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and earthquakes in place after place. All of this is but the beginning, the earthly pains of the birth pains of the intolerable anguish." So we want to talk about today what are the signs of the time. We want to talk about what the Bible says about the signs of the time or the ends of time. There is no doubt in all of us that eventually planet Earth will be destroyed. The interesting thing is that the Bible has quite a few things to say about this event. In fact, Jesus himself gave us several signs we can see to know when the end times will be nearing. However, we must keep in mind that even though we have signs, that does not signal it is the end. Rather, it is the beginning of the end. It only signals that the official end time clock has started to tick. We have the signs of the end first, then more events will unfold over an unspecified period of time before the end finally comes, such as the rapture, tribulation, antichrist, and etc. So what are the signs of the end of times according to the Bible? People are often fascinated with the end times. I know I'm excited or interested about it. Jesus' own disciples were certainly no different. We see in Matthew chapter 24 and Luke also chapter 21, the disciples asked Jesus about the end times. Jesus replies and gives the following summary of things that must come to pass. First, he says, many will claim to be Christ, the Messiah, or claim to be Jesus. They will convince some people and lead them astray. There will be wars and rumors of wars. Nations will rise against nations and kingdom against kingdoms. There will be an increase in famines. There will be an increase in earthquakes. There will be an increase in pestilence. There will be great signs in heavens, meaning space and universe, and things such as the sun and the moon and the stars. Christian persecution will increase. People will increasingly betray one another. People will increasingly hate one another. There will be an increase in false prophets. Many people will be devoid of love. The gospel must be preached to all nations. Then the end comes. Now keep in mind all these things must happen first, but that does not mean the end is happening. Rather, it simply means the beginning of the end is here. Just like you, when you see a tree producing buds and you know summer is near, when you see these things, you know the end times are approaching, but there will still be an unknown period of time before all has finished. So many people can say, hey, when does it end? Well, we want to look at some scriptures today that I think will help us to give us to this point where we got to understand what are some of these times, what are some of the times that just says that perhaps the end is near?